All right, I'm going to talk a little bit about the process of having a possession of paraphernalia ticket because I have handled a couple for some clients. So what happens usually is somebody gets pulled over. The officer says that they smell marijuana emanating from the car. They ask if they can search the car. You give consent. They search the car and they find a pipe or something, maybe a small amount of marijuana. In which case you also get possession of marijuana, which in Idaho, they are both misdemeanors. So what happens in those is usually the officer does not arrest you because you weren't using it when operating the motor vehicle. So in a typical case, they will actually just write you a ticket that says it's a misdemeanor, and you will have a date that you have to attend. Okay, so you get your ticket, you'll have to go to court, you will have to plead. You can get an attorney, a public defender. It is a crime, right? We do have a right to counsel, so you can get a public defender for those. If you have no previous charges kind of with that type of charge, then your public defender may be able to work a deal out. In some of my cases, what we do is we get a plea with the state where you plead guilty to one of the charges. They will drop one of the other charges, and then you get kind of a diversion program. It's called a withheld judgment in Idaho, diversion in Oregon, I believe. I'm not licensed in Oregon, so if an Oregon attorney wants to correct me, he can. But what happens is you're on unsupervised probation for a year, so you don't have to pay a probation officer per month. And what happens, you have to stay clean. You can't get any offenses, any criminal offenses within that year, typically along that same type, but Idaho's pretty strict, so maybe even any crime within that year. And if you do that, then they never put that judgment in. Okay, so that means that you've pled guilty to one, but they hold back those papers until you successfully complete your probationary period. Then you can write a letter to the judge and tell the judge to get it completely removed from your record. So that's what to expect on a possession of paraphernalia charge. Although, results vary depending on the situation, the people involved. That's why I can't really give you a blanket idea, just some general things that can happen.